What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's Chris Wolfe here, and in this video, I'm going to be going over my reaction to Rigo versus I forgot the guy's name. I'm going to react to his fight, and I'm also going to explain my thoughts on it, and I'm also going to react to Gary Russell Jr. versus Nyambayar. I think that's how you say his name. It's the Mongolian dude. You guys know what the hell who I'm talking about. The guy he just fought. But uh, to start off with Rigo. Rigo honestly had me feeling some type of way about the fight simply because Rigo, he's very underappreciated at the bantamweight division. He's been underappreciated for a long time. For example, he was supposed to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz ducked him. People don't really like his style because he doesn't throw that many punches. But he does have knockout power, obviously, because he beat Donaire. I think he beat Donaire when he was a pound for pound fighter, and I think after that fight, Rigo actually became a pound for pound fighter. After that fight, and he was just dominating everybody. He has an amazing Olympic record. I forget what his Olympic record was, but I think he had over 300 something wins or 400, maybe 400 something wins. I forget it, but he had an amazing Olympic record. Uh, but he's just very underappreciated. Uh, I don't know why people don't like him. I understand why, but I don't know why because out of nowhere you can get a knockout from him. But I do understand why people think he's boring. He doesn't throw that many punches. Sometimes he just plays defense the whole time. Like he's on the back foot countering the whole time. So I do understand that. And in this fight was an exact reason why people don't really appreciate Rigo, even though he's probably one of the most skilled boxers in boxing, especially at that weight. So the fight, immediately I knew what I was in for. As soon as the fight happened, I immediately knew what I was in for. And Rigo, he starts off the fight, and it's like he doesn't even throw any damn punch. I could have sworn he didn't throw no punches for like the first 4 rounds. To be honest, he was playing with the dude. The dude kept marching forward and everything, trying to walk him down. But Rigo, he's too fast and everything. It's to that point to where Rigo can knock this guy out and get him out of there early, but he doesn't. He just plays with him. He minds his own business. It's like he doesn't take the guy serious, and since he doesn't take the guy serious, he he just he just plays with him and wastes not necessarily wastes time of like people who actually like this like the sweet science of boxing, but to casual fans, they are going to obviously think the fight's boring because they want someone to just go to war in the ring, uh, with like no IQ or anything. They want to see a good fight, but then you have obviously the casual fans who just want somebody to go head to head nonstop. But Rigo, even to me, this fight was annoying to watch, and I was almost about to turn off my computer when I was watching this fight. But he basically plays around with the guy. He throws maybe. I'm gonna just say he probably threw like 5 punches. Let's just be honest. He probably threw like 5 punches in the first 3 or 4 rounds or whatever. Obviously, you could see the speed advantage is in Rigo's side. Uh, it was just you could tell like Rigo didn't take this guy serious. So I have no idea if they just told him, just make it go 12 rounds. I don't know if they told him that backstage or whatever. I have no idea because he could have easily got this guy out of there, and it proved my point when he hit him. I believe he hit him with his left. Because the best thing about Rigo, even though he's underappreciated, the best thing about Rigo is that he has one of the most non-telegraphical power punches with his left hand. You don't know when his left hand is coming, and once it comes, you're basically about to fall over or you're knocked out dead on the ground and stuff on the ring. Like it's non-telegraphable. Like I swear to God, I don't be knowing when this dude is about to throw the punch. Uh, I really, I can tell when he's about to do something, because of the weight change when he's changing weight to throw his straight or his cross. But you really don't know when it's coming. And Rigo could have been knocked this guy out. And this was evident because I think in the sixth or seventh round, he hit the dude one time, literally one time, with his left hand, and the dude was basically out of there. And I think he did knock him down that round. I'm pretty sure he did knock him down in that round. But the thing is like he knocked him down. He knocked him down, but he didn't try to finish him like I thought he would try to finish him. I thought he was gonna try to finish him right there on the spot, get him out of there, put him in a body bag, wrap him in a body bag. I mean, not even wrap him, throw him in a body bag, and then just get him out of the ring. Like that's what I thought he was gonna do something, but he didn't do that. It's like he threw like maybe 2 or 3 left hands right after that, and then he just stopped and he just started playing with the dude. And then for the rest of the fight, honestly, I was just bored because it was like, dude, you could have finished this guy in the 7th round, and you didn't. You could have finished him even in the 11th or 12th round. I don't remember if he started going for the kill in the later rounds, but I'm pretty sure he didn't. But he could have did that in the 11th or 12th round, and he didn't do anything. It was just so annoying. It was like so disappointing. And this is why Rigo is so underappreciated, because he would be more appreciated, obviously. For one, he'd be more appreciated if he just talked some damn English. Learn some damn English, guy. You've been here for a couple of years now, I believe. I think he lives out here in the U.S. Talk some English. Like, at least with Canelo, people know Canelo speaks English. He just don't fucks with people like that enough to speak English. Like, there's been videos leaked about, like, not even leaked. Well, technically they're leaked because nobody can find them anymore. I know some people haven't. I think I saw Canelo. I saw a video of Canelo speaking clear English to Ryan Garcia, and I think I saw it on Trill Boxing Talk, where he was talking like speaking clear English. He just doesn't want to talk to the media in English just because he just don't want to talk to them. But at least I respect about Canelo because he actually knows the language. I don't even think. When's the last time Rigo actually spoke in English? Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I haven't heard Rigo speaking so long that he does know English, and I just don't watch the damn press conferences or the post conference or the post fight interviews. I don't know, but that would make him more marketable. Also, stop throwing 5 punches a damn round, dude. Like, we get it. You're a skilled boxer and you like playing with people, but damn, at least play with them to the point where it's like fun to witness the shit. Because I was annoyed, man. I was honestly so fucking annoyed. I was annoyed. Man, I was hella annoyed. And it wasn't just me. It was many people inside the chat as well that we were watching it on. It was just crazy. But, yeah, he finishes. He wins. Obviously, he wins the 12-round decision. And he says he's looking forward to fighting Inoue, which I would love to see that fight. Inoue, I forgot. I don't know how you say his name. He just came off a win against Donito Donaire. He did beat out of the prime Donaire. Yeah, he did beat out of the prime Donaire, but he did win. He did get tested. When I saw that fight, I realized that he's not as hyped up as people make him out to be. I think he's a good fighter, maybe even a great fighter down the line, but I don't think he's what people were making. He's kind of like, actually, I ain't even gonna compare him to GGG, because GGG was a whole different story where people were hyping him up, and then as soon as he got in the ring with people who were close to his skill level, like Danny Jacobs, who I thought won, but I could see it go both ways. Obviously, I could see why they gave it to GGG, and when he got in the ring with Canelo, it was like, this dude, he just been fighting nobodies. Even Kell Brook was beating him when he moved up. But anyway, GGG is another matter. Anyway, let me stop talking about GGG. But Inoue, he's good. He's possibly a great fighter. Obviously, he's on a pound for pound list, but I don't think he's as good as people make him out to be. But he can prove that to me if he does end up fighting Rigo. I would like to see that fight. That would be a good fight. I think I'm probably going to edge Inoue winning that fight, and if he does, that's going to say a lot more to me than the Donaire fight. Which the Donaire fight was good, but Rigo did beat Donaire when he was in his prime. So I would love to see that fight. I would love to see if he could beat Rigo. Also, yeah, he said he's looking forward to fighting anyway. So I would love to see that fight. Now let's get back. Let's get to the Gary Russell Jr., the actual topic of the video. You feel me? That boy Gary Russell, Mister Gary Russell Jr. So Gary Russell Jr. I like Gary Russell. He's one of my favorite fighters. He's probably my top 10 favorite fighters. He's one of my favorite fighters. He got the fastest hands in boxing. Uh, he was going up against a tough Mongolian dude, Nyambayar. I think that's how you say his name. You get what the hell I'm talking about. Let me stop trying to say his name if I look stupid and shit. But he this fight actually turned out to be more challenging than I thought it would be for Gary Russell. I didn't like how much he did get hit, but he did win the fight. I had the fight 8-4 or 7-5. Uh, but it was like, yeah, I had it like 8-4 because there was a lot of close rounds that could have went Nyamba Bar's way, but I think Gary Russell did do way more, and it was kind of like you got to take the belt from the champ. It wasn't even really a close fight. It was just that he was Nyamba Bar was making it a good fight. I think that's what it is. But Gary Russell, I like this fight for Gary Russell. Like I said, I did think he got hit a little bit too much, but basically he came out. He came out fighting off the. He came out fighting on the outside, which he did look good for like 4 straight rounds. He was tagging the Mongolian dude. He was tagging his opponent nonstop. His hands were too fast. He was hitting him with like. He was hitting him with like 2 crosses in a row, and the dude wouldn't even react to it. That's how fast his hands are. There was a time where he do like 5 jabs, and I thought he only threw 2 type stuff. Like, dude, hands is on another level. The only thing about Gary Russell Jr. is he fights one time a year. But I'm not even gonna go into that. I'm gonna go into that after everything. But for the first 4 rounds, I had it easily Gary Russell Jr. And I was like, okay, he about to wash this guy. But I did mention to my girl that I was like, I don't like how much he's giving. I don't like how much ground he's giving up. Even though he's fighting on the outside, there's some points in the fight where you have to stand your ground because obviously if you're constantly taking steps back and rotating around the ring constantly, eventually you're gonna just tire yourself out. This is why, like, when people, this is why Floyd, whenever you see Floyd fight, he'll pace himself. He'll take certain steps back, but then he'll also stand his ground because he knows, if you keep constantly backing up over and over and over again, you're gonna tire yourself out because it takes up a lot of energy. That's why Floyd, he'll back up step for step, and if he did back up, he would actually just lean on the ropes. At that point, he's not moving. He's just on a defensive, but he's also saving a ton of energy at the same time. But Gary Russell Jr. was constantly backing up, constantly giving up ground. The dude was longer than him. The Mongolian dude was longer, and he was taller than Gary Russell. I think he was like 3 inches or 4 inches taller, and he obviously had a longer reach. So I understood why, but I felt like he should have stayed boxing on the outside, but also not give as much ground, obviously. In the 5th and 6th round, the Mongolian dude started catching Gary, which is why I say he shouldn't have been giving up so much ground in the fight because he was wasting energy because Gary looked tired, but he wasn't breathing tired. So I don't know if he was taking an off round. But even after that, with like those 3 rounds from like 5, 6, and 7, he was getting caught with punches I thought he should have easily got out of the way of, which is why I was kind of confused. Because I didn't know if he was tired. He wasn't breathing heavy in the corner or anything. But he was just getting caught with stuff he would easily get out the way of. So, although the dude was coming forward, he was winning some rounds. But there were also a few rounds where obviously the fight could have went either way. Which most of them I edged them to Gary. But then I think there was like... I gave the Mongolian dude, I think, 6, 7, and maybe 8. And then I think I gave him round 10, I believe. I'm not sure. Because I had an 8-4. But Gary, he was getting touched up. This is why I say I didn't like how he was getting hit so much. But then the 8th round, I guess he got his win back. Because he came straight to the middle. So I guess his corner must have told him the same thing. Like, stand your ground. Because he came straight to the middle. Like, ran out the corner of the ring. Like, won all the smoke. Ran out the corner of the ring. And started throwing combination punches and standing his ground more. He started standing on the inside. He was letting off a bunch of counters. They were going at it in the ring. I liked it. Like I said, he did still look tired. He was getting touched by stuff he should have saw. Like there was plenty of times where Gary, like you could literally see Gary seeing the punch, but he didn't even move out the way, and he was just taking the punches. So I didn't like that. But Gary, he came to the middle of the ring. He was fighting good. There were close rounds, but Gary won most of the rounds because of how accurate he was being, and he was just looking better in the exchanges, and he was countering hella good. And since he was coming forward now, it was kind of like he wasn't getting walked down. He wasn't uh, losing so much energy and everything. So Gary, he wins. I had Gary winning, obviously. He does win the fight. Uh, and then I don't remember. I didn't watch the post fight conference, but I heard he wants Leo Santa Cruz. I heard he wants Leo Santa Cruz. Maybe he didn't say that, but I know I read somewhere like a few days ago he wants Leo Santa Cruz. He told Tank, "Grow, drop his nuts and fight him." And then he talked about the potential of fighting Devin Haney if Devin Haney doesn't get the Teofimo Lomachenko winner, which I'm pretty sure he will get. And he has expressed interest in the past of fighting Shakur Stevenson. So he has multiple fights, but the problem with Gary is he only fights one time a year. You can't fight one time a year and expect these fights to get made, bro. Like I would prefer you honestly do better fighting 3 times a year, right? Fight 3 times a year. Fight 3 times a year, bro. Fight 3 times a year, but it doesn't even have to be against top competitors. Like you can fight one who's like a mandatory or a top fighter. And if you can't get the top fighters, I would just fight bums. I would fight like 3 bums. I mean, GGG used to do that shit. GGG used to do it. Who else used to do that? Somebody. I mean, I'm trying to remember. Dang. I'm trying to remember somebody. GGG used to do it. I know for sure. Canelo basically did that. He fought Rocky Fielding. He fought Kovalev and weight drained Kovalev. Terrence Crawford, he fought Mean Machine and Amir Khan. Everybody knew Amir Khan was out of there. Nobody expected him to win. Mean Machine, he tried to make it seem like he was better than what he was, but Bomac said he was going to knock him out 3 rounds. Just fight 3 times a year, bro. If you fight 3 times a year, at least you can start getting more eyes on you and build your brand. But then also at the same time, you could constantly call these dudes out that's ducking you. Because if you constantly calling these dudes out, they will be like, all right, he really wants to fight. The fans go start asking for the fight because they go, no, at that point, hey, these people aren't taking him serious. They aren't trying to fight him. But I really want Gary to fight 3 times a year. He could fight another time this year. I'll be fine with that. Just give us more fights than once a year, man. But he did look good. He did get touched up a little bit, but he did look good to me. I would like to see the Leo Santa Cruz fight. I know that fight's gonna happen. Not gonna happen because Leo Santa Cruz is duck sauce. He just ducks everybody. He talks about fighting Tank Davis, and then he recently said that he'll fight Gary Russell Diaz as a plan B. We know that's bullshit, dude. Even if Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz fight, Gary Russell outclasses him and outboxes him. You know why? Because I've never seen Leo Santa Cruz besides coming forward and shaking his hands like like the little pom poms, like the things that cheerleaders be having and stuff. Besides him coming forward and doing that and throwing a bunch of punches and smothering his punches, I've never seen him fight somebody who can actually outbox him. He wants people to come forward and just throw a bunch of punches with him and stuff. But smart boxers, they trying to win. They not trying to just throw a bunch of punches and smother them and not land basically anything clean. So I got Gary Russell winning that fight. I think Gary Russell outboxes him off the back foot, then comes forward and punishes his body. But I think that's an easy win for Gary Russell. Gary Russell versus Shakur is good. I got that about 50-50 fight. Gary versus Tank. Tank has power, but to me, Tank, he didn't struggle in the Gamboa fight, but he didn't press me as well. So I don't know how to feel about the fight. I got that 50-50 as well. If he fights Devin Haney, that's a good fight, but I got Devin Haney because I just got Devin Haney winning that fight. I give it like a 60-50. I mean, not 60-50. What the hell am I talking about? 60-40 Devin Haney. But that'd be a good fight. But that's my reaction to Gary Russell Jr., the Gary Russell Jr. fight. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It would mean a ton. Also, don't be afraid to join my boxing group. It's in the description below. Join the boxing group if you want to talk boxing with me inside the group with more like-minded people who are boxers, boxing fans, hardcore fans, yada yada. But they aren't toxic fans. They aren't those weird people who get emotional because you don't agree with what they say. So that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, I'm tired of people acting like they really need me. Leaping over my enemies, I have so many memories. Hope my niggas remember me. Don't bring negative energy. I see too many frenemies. Y'all not no friends with me. Don't have time for no injury. I'm like, fuck all my enemies. I've got so much energy. I'm working every day. I'm just trying to find a way.